Hello and welcome to today's suffering. Because today we're going to play a very special focus tree that I personally love a lot, the Portuguese one, but we're gonna do something with it that you really shouldn't. Restore the Treaty of Tordesillas. We're doing a world conquest today. And the Portuguese focus tree might be strong, but not that strong. I'm gonna do it anyways. So without further ado, Araman, historical, and go. So we gotta be a bit min-maxy for this because timing is of the essence. We need a lot of research with planes and tanks, and we have none of that. So I'm gonna start with my dear favorite, the tank, and research some electronics on the side. We will get more research slots very soon, but not immediately, so we will need some time to catch up. Industry-wise, I would build 2 dockyards over here, and for now, otherwise just infrastructure. Maybe Lisbon first. For this whole reason that we're stuck for a little bit on civilian economy, and yeah, building civs and mills is quite slowed down with that. So we're doing everything else first. Focus tree wise, we're gonna go down monarchist. I tried other paths in a live stream. The other ones just take too long or are not good for world conquest. We're gonna go down monarchist, where I also have a little trick for you. So look forward to that. And the last important thing I need to do before we unpause is change our occupation law from military governor to civilian oversight, for the sole reason that a lot of our occupied land is very close to getting a collaboration government, and if we stay at military governor, we will lose a lot of time. This reduces the compliance by a lot. Civilian oversight, on the other hand, will make it super quick to get the compliance. Whereas focus is done, giving us okay-ish national spirit, also giving us political power and a chief of army. Now we're gonna do the royal wedding for even more political power, some decisions we kind of really don't care about, and an advisor I don't care about, and an advisor I care a lot about. So let's do this. With the first political power we got, I will also get myself right now a chief of army, offensive, and yeah, we will need the army experience. Trust me, this guy is important. And if you ask yourself how many test runs I've done for this, a lot. Were any of them successful? Well, let's not talk about it, okay? I believe, but I gotta say, we start with very beautiful modifiers, not giving us any political power or stability, and weakening our army. That is actually not that bad, but yeah, this one sucks. Also, the main reason, next to getting literally a free Brazil, why we go down this path the earliest, because we will need stability. Otherwise, we'll have a civil war. Jokes aside, you don't want that. That is awful. So we just rush down to the next focus, losing a little bit of non-aligned support, but officially becoming the monarchist faction, and we lose some stability. Get used to that. The political tree has a lot of those. As for the political power we got right now, I will immediately get myself the traditional theorist for more political power gain, super important, and unaligned support, or as it's called over here, non-aligned support. Yep, they call it both. I don't know why. I just noticed it. The mysteries of HOI4. Spanish silver started. Very important for us. The quicker the nationalists win, the better, because they will be our first target. And if they take too long, we can't conquer Spain, so I will just pray for a quick victory here. On the other side, I do some industrial research now, because we will get a lot of industry very soon, because with the next focus we're doing, we will prepare an monarchist uprising in Brazil, and if that is successful, we can unite with Brazil. Very good focus, by the way. What you might ask yourself now is, Florius, isn't the civil war currently broken, where you won't get any cores and just have to occupy Brazil all the time? Yes, the second focus here starts a civil war, but hear me out. If we don't do the civil war and just do it the way it was meant to be, just waiting a bit for Brazil to flip non-aligned, we just get them for free without a civil war. And this way, the focus still works. I know I'm totally not defending Paradox here, by the way. Please just fix the civil war. That is so stupid that it doesn't work at the moment. Because if you don't know, with the South America DLC, because it's not all of South America, they kind of broke part of the Portuguese focus tree with the Brazilian focus tree. Yeah. On the other side, thanks to the Brazilian focus tree, they turn non-aligned really quick. Literally, like way quicker than before. Because they're currently democratic, but you might see that their democratic support is quite limited. So yeah, they will flip non-aligned very, very soon. And if you want to know how much longer it takes, let me just say, instead of immediately going down this focus, we will just get rid of our national spirit that is currently reducing our stability and then finish this focus. So we don't really lose any time at all doing this because we need both of these focuses to unite the kingdoms. So yeah, this is completely fine. I know it's something you kind of need to know because reading the description of if Brazil is not non-aligned and has less than 50% stability or 70% neutrality when his focus is completed, Brazilian monarchists will start a civil war, dragging us into it. It is a bit, you can get lost in the wording, but TLDR, if they're non-aligned, you don't get a civil war. That's what this says. Also some other stuff, but we don't care about this, and they will turn non-aligned literally very soon. And best of all, we don't even need to do any of these decisions here because they do boost the unaligned support, but it's not needed, and it costs a lot of political power. And goodbye traitors, we don't need you. So next focus is done, giving us monarchists on the rise, a kind of bad modifier for like 2 years, but following that up, we can officially become monarchists, removing the modifier we got at the beginning of the focus tree, turning the unstable republic modifier to an unstable monarchy modifier. What a great change. But jokes aside, it is a positive change because we lose less stability and have more construction speed. Classic, we will lose stability, but we will be called the Kingdom of Portugal, and we get a new leader, giving us political power and weekly stability, basically cancelling out the negative modifier. Very good. Brazil is also non-aligned now. Perfect timing, because we can now do this focus over here, turning the monarchies too. The downside of the Portuguese focus tree, as much as I like it, is that all of these are 70-day focuses, so this all takes very long. I might be yapping a lot in the early game, but the focuses take longer than I yap. So you still have a very compact version of what is happening. It is already 1937. How? And how is nationalist Spain not winning? Anyways, let's research transport planes because we do really need them. And later on we will go into paratroopers, which are also very important to have. Yep, we're gonna do some memes there. Anyways, the Empire of Brazil is done, turning Brazil into an empire. I know, crazy. Allowing us to unite our kingdoms, removing unstable monarchy and giving us the Portuguese Empire instead. A very good modifier. Political power gain and weekly manpower plus war support. That is good. On top of that, we can now switch to, or actually after this, we can switch to partial mobilization. Kind of got the timing wrong here. Not a good sign for the playthrough, I guess. But yeah, I saved the political power, so after this focus is done, we will also flip to partial mobilization and start building mills, because we do need mills. Another good news, our collaboration governments are done, and we will release every single one of them, but one. India, yes. Angola, fine. Mozambique, love it. Guinea-Bissau, perfect. Cabo, let's go. Republic of Timor, let's do it. China, no. If you ask yourself why I don't release Macau, the Japanese will declare on them. And if I don't want to have one thing, then it is a war with Japan right now. We really don't want that. So if we keep it ourselves, they will not declare because there's no China, it's just Portugal, and we should be safe. But small nations like India here will now do focuses, giving them stuff like naval dockyards or even better later on industry. And because they are a compliance government, they give us 75% of their civilian and military industry. That is very good. That is very, very good. So no matter how big your collaboration government is, if you don't need the manpower, releasing it is very good. Because this one is already going down industrial efforts, meaning they will get up to 3 mills and 4 civilian factories when they're done. That is pretty good because some of them are literally just one province, like this one over here or this island. You're going down the wrong focuses. Damn you. But yeah, over time, there will be a very good investment. And I know this is a world conquest. I know I have to annex them later. But to be fair, we get a lot of bonuses for political power once we lose unstable monarchy. So this is not a problem. Defeating the allies, this will be a problem. As for doctrines, grand battle plan. Can't change your mind, I'm doing it. And focus is done. Brazil says yes. To be fair, they always say yes, at least on historical. So this is perfect, giving us course all over Brazil. Literally perfect. And giving us some troops, which I will just, steal. Thank you. As for our next focus, I would say, let's build up some industry and get some research. 70 days. But yeah, as I said, partial. That will help a lot. And finish what we built, but after that we go full into mills. Best of all, we also have a Brazil to build now, so we're gonna do that. As for production, we gotta change it a bit out. I will need a bit of everything, but most importantly, guns and a bit of artillery. So I will go into that. We will need guns. What I will also get is a Chief of the Air Force, Ground Support Expert. I will also update our template to use 1 artillery and convert all our templates to that, meaning we miss now like 800 artillery, but we should catch it up soon because we will get a lot of mills very quickly now, because every focus we do down here right now gives us like 1 mill per focus and sometimes even 2, which doesn't really seem that good as 1 focus that is 70 days long. But as for a Portugal, it is pretty decent, especially with the research bonuses you get over here and the companies. It really helps you catch up, and we need to go down here anyways for the research focus. So yeah, I don't really have a choice, and I take the mills. Anyways, war industrialist, 10% mill construction speed. I take it. Let's build mills. And yeah, finally a 3rd research slot. I would say it feels good, but it should be the standard, so I guess it just feels. On good news is that the nationalists seem to be winning very much right now, so we can attack them very soon. I had a game where they fought until 1940. That was bad, because you really don't want to attack a Spain in a civil war. It just screws up your game. Jokes aside, don't do it. Also, downside with the Portuguese focus tree, it doesn't give you any generals, and at the beginning you have like 1 field marshal and 2 generals, so you will spend a lot of time promoting people with command power. Yep, that is annoying, I gotta say. Oh, this guy looks sick. I'm gonna promote him immediately. Let's go. Old guard and reckless. That is exactly what he looks like. Beautiful. And if you want to know what I'm doing, I'm secretly spitting out a lot of horses right now with this beautiful 8 with horse divisions to prepare for some memes in the Spanish War, because will we actually fight the Spanish War? No. So in the background, we've already built a lot of mills, I noticed, because it really starts to fill up. Just as a feeling how quickly this went up now. We started with like 4 mills, I think. Actually, I think it was 3, but I'm not sure. Editor Florius, show it here. Anyways, we're up to 18 now. That is good. And with that focus done, let me just quickly get research. We're up to 20. Beautiful. And the Spanish ask for help. I'm just saying, firstly, you don't need my help. Secondly, you're about to be part of me. Spanish Civil War is over, bypassing some focuses that we sadly can never do in historical, but you can help the Carlists. We just can't do this. What we need to do now is claim some land and then get a war goal. And the claims are actually useless because we are non-aligned, so we have to wait for 50% world tension. On the other side, this focus here gives us a war goal against a lot of fascist nations, including Spain. And I know Spain can choose to be non-aligned sometimes, but with the current version of the game, they did it 0 times. And I might not have successful test runs, but I have a lot of test runs, so I know the AI behavior in the early game, and they are always fascist. Don't ask me why. I guess they do it for the love of the game. Research-wise, we really need paratroopers now, so I will go down that. And once that over here is done, I will go down the medium tank now, because we will do Space Marines today. I know I haven't done them in quite a while, and I would love to see if they're still good. And this also feels like the perfect video to test them out again, even though they have become a lot weaker. But yeah, we're gonna do a lot of combined arms of every type in this video. So yeah, Air Force, paratroopers, Space Marines, probably late game tank brigades. That is absolutely a thing that will happen. But for now, we're at the point where I take an industrial company because it gives 6 coal, and yeah, we're not that strong yet. I mean, don't get me wrong, we have all of Brazil, which is super good, but we still have no real navy, and we are sadly not a great power yet, but we are on the way to change that. And with this focus done, we can get our easy war goal against Spain. I will also start producing the transport planes, because we will need them. Oh, do I still wish for an auto trade? Because this is still annoying. So, focus is done. I will now in the background finally fix the army, because yeah, we still have the spirit. But to be fair, this will not be a real war, so I don't really need a strong army. What I will do now is snake through the front lines and blitz them through. What you might think now is, Florius, isn't Spain a bit too big to just run around the units, and didn't they just fight a civil war and have a lot of units left out of that? Yes and no. Firstly, no, they don't have a lot of units right now, because most of their militias from the civil war disappear after the civil war. Secondly, most of the land is not cored, including the capital city. So we're basically just rushing for the few cored provinces, which are basically the borders where the civil war breaks out. So we care for these provinces, and these provinces here. So Sevilla is quite interesting, but we don't really care that much for a Valencia or a Barcelona, because it's not cored right now, so we don't need to get there. We just need to get the left side of Spain, basically, which is, you know, right next to us. So I'll take it. I think we should get everywhere, and I will micro this a bit more under 4 speed. But what we need to do is we need to capitulate Spain before volunteers arrive, because Germany will help them. And Italy and probably some other nations too. Let's just say you don't want that. They will send Air Force and that will just not be fun. So we literally gotta do a fast military operation before they get friends. And yeah, I do believe we should be able to do this. So let's do it. Also gives us a chance to look at the beautiful horse models we have now with different colored horses. And yeah, I think we have this. Just a few more victory points, looking at 88%. Yeah, there's mostly this over here still being under control. And I think once we get to here, we should have it. Question mark. No, one more point or two over here. 99%, 100% beautiful. Yeah, it's a little bit micro, but it's also a very quick war. And what I will do is I will take all the African land myself, and after that, puppet is Spain. And you might ask yourself now, Florius, is puppeting Spain a very important part of your strategy? And to that I say, yes, but mostly no. I might do this for a meme, I read in my comments, and I found the idea funny, where I will try with the peace treaties to restore the Treaty of Tordesillas, or whatever it's called. I don't know. Where the Pope basically split the world between the Spanish and the Portuguese have. So what I will do is I will give all of the Americas land now to Spain and all the other land to myself and enforce the treaty like the Pope wanted. The upside is we can take all of the resources, all of the industry, and even better than that, Spain can now actually restore the cores, and it will do this over time because, as we just talked about, most of the land is not cored. But with them still being around and them having the focus tree, even though they're a puppet, they can just go down here and core everything again, which, you know, gives me more industry once I reduce the autonomy. Anyways, no more horses, only men. Stand in Spain, good luck. And yes, we still have a lot of war goals. We could go to Venezuela, we could go to Peru, but to be fair, these war goals will never go away, so we might use them later. For now, we have a very important choice to make. Do we go against the allies and gamble high, because they are harder to defeat, but if you defeat them early, you don't have to deal with the US, at least in this coalition. Or do we go against the Axis, which is basically on a platter for us? You know, we have war goals on Italy and on Germany, but it would mean in a late game a strong allies, because defeating the Axis is low risk. We will win. It will just take some time. Or do we gamble it all on black and go against the allies? And this might be a bad moment to inform you about my crippling gambling addiction. So, little time jump, not on your side, on my side, it's like a day later. I played all of this again. Bad idea. Florius, insert the Hindenburg crash. I spent like the entire day yesterday trying to defeat Great Britain. It didn't work. They are super packed with everything now. It is not fun. I would have probably done it, but not before the US joins and not as Portugal. At least I wasn't prepared for it. So we're going for plan B now, or as I like to call it, plan A. The Axis. Yeah, this is gonna be easier, but as for world conquest, it will make it harder. Because if you know one thing that is awful, it's defeating the allies late game. But to be fair, without a navy in the early game is also horrible. So yeah, that's why we're getting a navy from Italy and Germany now, by the way. I need their ships. Focus tree wise, I made sure that I went down the same choices around the same time. And I also got lucky with the Civil War. So basically everything is the same, I hope. As for preparing for the next war, we have a lot of choices now. Either we go more into mills and get ourselves a nice bonus for building fighters. Really good, by the way. We can try to get our next research slot, but for that we get a lot of navy stuff I don't really care about yet. Or we get this production bonus over here. I mean, there's also really good modifiers over here for non-core manpower, but that is gonna be interesting once we won the war and can use 20% non-core manpower, which is really good, by the way. So I would say let's go for standardization first. 10% factory output is huge. Then we get the mills and the airplane modifier, and maybe then research, or actually there's also good stuff over here, so I might also do that. The downside of all of this is we'll be cut off trade for a while, but I believe we do have some more time to prepare because yeah, Czechoslovakia is still around, so 3 months or something, I don't know. What we really need now is Space Marines. So we got the basic medium tank. I would say let's do a one-man turret, anti-air gun or some anti-air action, and otherwise just good armor. We don't need the best engine. Diesel is completely fine. It don't need to be fast, and a lot of armor. I will be researching more armor, but for now this has to do. What we could also do is add sloped armor for making it more expensive, but also once again more armored. For Space Marines, you just want to get a lot of armor out of your tanks, and that's what I will do. And while we're building our tanks, actually already 2 a day, the 10% are helping from the focus we just completed. I would say let's design our Space Marine division, where we'll just add the anti-air tank, makes it 70 buff, which is, you know, not good. But what we have for now, also slapping on some extra anti-air to that unit, making it a duplicate, because I don't want to oversave the other unit. I can't convert everything at once. That's just too expensive. So this will be the elite division. And because I rarely explain it, let me actually say why we do Space Marines. We mainly do it to give an infantry unit armor. You see, they have 27 armor now and a little bit hardness. This means if the enemy unit can't pierce us, which not every unit at the beginning can do, we get an enormous defensive bonus. And on top of that, we're using anti-air tanks to give us armor, meaning we don't have an air force right now, but we will still shoot down the enemy's CAS planes while they're trying to strike us. So even though we won't do a lot, we will thin out the capability to damage us. So over time, this unit is really good for defensive situations, but it did get a lot weaker over the last few patches. So this is not a everything for all solution, but it is very much a solution for nations that don't have a lot of industry at the beginning and don't have to research for planes, which we didn't. I'm trying to get there, but it will take some time. So for now, this is a super good solution. I will convert some units to this and pop these out and build even more units with Space Marine divisions in mind. And hopefully these are ready for the war, because the war will start soon-ish. And yeah, I still have no generals, so I have to promote so many people. It is so annoying as Portugal. I love the focus tree, even though it's 70 days, but the amount of people you have to promote is not fun. And yeah, the war is starting very soon. Czechoslovakia disappeared. Oops, didn't see that. And there we go. The World War starts. We don't need to immediately get in. We can also in a second reduce the autonomy of our puppet. Very good. Giving us 75% of the mills and 25% of the civilian factories. I love that. That is going to be super helpful, especially because I built a lot of mills in them. They have only 3 mills now. And we are now up to 54 mills. Please don't look at the civs. Don't you dare write it. I know you do. Don't. The first few Space Marine divisions are ready. I think Germany is about to take out France. So I guess the time to join the war has come. And I will call in my puppet immediately. So once the Germans take over, we should just be able to grind them down. That's the TLDR. Basically, we'll be staying at the border just to kind of reduce the unit count, burn the equipment, whatever it takes. And because we are in our own lands, they will not really send Air Force over. Don't ask me why. As long as I don't go into their land, they will not care if I have no Air Force up. They will not bring anything over. AI decisioning that I will very much exploit. And yeah, we have the aircraft bonus now. I'm researching the last things I need for very good aircraft. Cannons, improved small airframe, and engines 3. All of this together is really good fighters. And then we also have bombs, which is good CAS. Economy-wise, we can go to war economy now. I guess we can even go to limited exports, just to be in the safe side, and then we have more resources, giving us a lot of our steel back, which we'll need in a second a lot. The Italians are also starting to land on us. Yeah, we'll just do a force defense, should be fine. And Paris has fallen, meaning in a second. Yep, there we go. This is why I position my army over here, because I kind of, you know, knew that the Germans would be here. So yeah, this should be fine though. And they are starting to attack us. Beautiful. Now we just chill and let them attack us, burn down equipment. Yeah, this will just be in the background now. If you look over here, partially, they can't penetrate us. It's because I brought over a lot of tank divisions, which do have the capability to break our armor, but they will run out of tanks very soon. On top of that, we don't have to deal with Air Force because, yeah, don't ask me why they just don't bring Air Force over. Just so you know why I joined so early. Currently, I got 11% war participation by just vibing for a month on my border. That's all I did. 9k losses versus 122. Rising. Very quickly rising. It's 140 now. This is why we do this. They feel very bold now. They will burn a lot of the equipment against me. This is good news. Airplane-wise, we also have all the research now, so let's build an amazing fighter with very good CAS. Funnily enough, we can import a lot of that from Vichy France, and they will not intercept the trade. Later on, I plan on owning Vichy France, so I don't care that I give them resources. And best of all, even if I bring up my own fighters here, they will not do anything against that. Don't ask me why. As long as they're not entering our territory, they will not bring in fighters. And you know what? I don't care. Let's cast them. Focus tree-wise, I plan on doing this focus over here very soon. We just need to finish advanced machine tools research, giving us another 10% construction speed modifier, because we already got this up here. So 20% quicker building sounds pretty solid. But while I wait for that, I'm just gonna go down here and get myself some local bonuses, a nice modifier for another 5% construction speed with a dam. So naval landing over here, super successful, which brings me back to the paratroop idea. All the victory points in the middle are probably not protected, and we could maybe collapse Italy while doing a naval invasion in the south. Just to be on a safe side, I will build a few more transport planes, but if you can make them collapse early thanks to that, it would be kind of super funny. That's all I'm gonna say. Losses so far, by the way. Looking 1 year into the war, I got 33% war participation now by just chilling on my border. Losing 30k men, which is, you know, quite the amount. Looking over to the Germans, 685. It is going up so quick. I can't actually say the number. And yeah, even with the Italians, we're looking at 100k. That is a very good KD. We can also do the new industry now for the industry buff over here too, giving us over time a lot of very, very nice modifiers that if we get big enough will scale beautifully. But we have to get bigger for that, so yep, will still take some time. Cleaning up the skies a bit, looking very good. On the other side, I think the British are doing naval landings. I am not the biggest fan of that, but maybe we can squeeze in our own naval landing to help. Yeah, I gotta say, this worked out kind of beautifully. I think the only problem will be right now to get air dominance, because they have way more fighters than me. I do interceptions, so I'm trading very, very well, but yeah, long term, I don't know how much I can reduce the air force. Yeah, and around this point, the US would have joined. You see, I'm in a better shape, don't get me wrong, but for defeating the UK, this would have not been enough. I barely have like a CAS air force. They have way more fighters than Italy and Germany at that point, and they protect the coast way better than Italy does, and Italy got a lot better than too. If you play against them, for some reason when they were on my side, they had no coast guard at all. Here they actually have a coast guard. I see it's mostly Romanians. Italy. And like any good global world power, the US is sending me guns. Thank you, US. So the US is in the Allies now, meaning that, yeah, this is the time we would have had to capitulate Britain. But I would say it is time to justify on Vichy fronts. And equipment-wise, we are missing tanks and guns. So yeah, we need to catch up with that. But we do be trading very well in Italy, so I hope very soon we might actually have air supremacy. But when that is to be seen. So the British are kicking the Italians out of Africa, meaning that we should have an easy time with Vichy France. I will declare on them right now. I have troops at the border, so this shouldn't be a problem. Plus in Africa, and if we play our cards right, we might be able to take away their supply, which would be huge. But we gotta be faster than the Germans, and they will be joining the Axis now. But the earlier we start draining them, the sooner we can push. So this is actually very important to do. And yeah, Africa campaign going pretty well. We're being attacked everywhere, which is beautiful for war participation, going up to nearly 50% now. We have 62k losses, not a lot. The Germans lost nearly 2 million to us. Yeah. In the defense, if you have the production line to keep them up, Space Marines are still very good. But we do very much lack offensive capabilities, so they have become a lot weaker in that direction. I will be dropping the paratroopers now, because we did get a bit of green air. I hope we get Milan before they bring up the air force. But please, please. Oh, we got it. Okay, this should trigger the Civil War now. 100%.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Italy survived my paratrooper memes and Mussolini is still around. So pushing up Italy the old-fashioned way after that failed. And yeah, thanks to some air force, we can do that now. They still be hammering all they have against us down here, meaning my war participation is 48%. I mean, we have way more losses now, don't get me wrong. I did do some pushes that did cost me men in Italy, but Germany lost 3.3 million. Even Italy, 500,000. That is crazy. And Italy is about to become a lot more. They're taking these islands here. I gotta be honest, have it. I don't care. I don't care, literally. I'm about to own you, Italy, so take your little things over there. Do what you must. Okay, I take it back. They brought over their entire air force to Italy now. Everything. I looked away. These were my losses. What is going on here? That's why I still like having Space Marines, because we still shoot down their CAS, even though we have no air dominance. But yeah, they do damage now. That is not good. Okay, the UK is landing in Italy. This might be very good news. I don't like that they're landing in France too. And if they don't get pushed out right there, I will push. As for Italy, they can gladly do that, because if we get rid of Mussolini, I get all the land, no matter if they did it or I did it. That is fine. Something we can do right now is finally get the last research slot. I waited for this way too long, and I was too stubborn to build naval dockyards, so I just did focuses to get more. Anyways, let's get them. And if you wonder, after all of these losses, nearly 7 million on the German side, why I still won't push them, and while they're still so quote-unquote strong, because right now they're solely focusing on me, and they haven't even declared war on the Soviet Union. Yeah, it's about to be 1943. They are not attacking on the Soviets. I'm just suffering. Oh, I'm crying. Fun little naval invasion in Rome. Of course, still praying that this will finally put them over the edge. I doubt it. A man can dream though, so I will take a few more cities and, you know, rush for points. They seem all to be very busy in battles, so yeah, maybe this time we can actually do some pushes. I did make the slight mistake of pushing on all the front lines, so I guess we're now in Vichy, France. Yeah, meaning they will probably put a lot of air force in there now, but I don't really care at this point. If we could get Italy, that would generally just be huge. New plan, hold in the south where they have all of the units and push north where they're weak. For some reason, they don't have a lot here. Worked. I guess that just worked. And there we go. Silver time. What I can do now, once I get the event question mark. Really? Yeah, jokes aside, the silver bugged out. Normally, you can give all of your territory to your puppet. I couldn't do that. I guess it is what it is. But most of the Italian units are gone, so I will exploit that weakness and clean up Italy. We might even be able to push on the main front now, because Italy did have that much troops. And if you keep the main front line busy, cleaning up Italy should also be super quick. So it's kind of win-win. I will lose equipment I don't have right now. I'm really behind on guns right now. But yeah, as I said, the Allies are also having the same idea. I hate when the Allies do that. If you don't know why I'm mad, if I don't get Paris, a lot of this was for nothing. Okay, good news. We got Paris. That should secure us being able to take basically all of France in a peace treaty, because I think the condition is that you need to own the capital city of the party that you're not at war with, but where you own the territory to be able to take their lands. Like for Russia taking Poland, I think they need to own Warsaw, while we need to own Paris and France. We do that. I think we can chill a bit now and regain a bit of strength and dig in, but that is actually super good news. On the other side, they are pushing me hard. And if you want to know why my front lines look so healthy, I brought over my entire Coast Guard. So yeah, this is an inflated number. But I know the Germans will very soon declare war on the Soviet Union, because it is 1944 and we're playing on historical.
Are you sure?
Another good encirclement over here. Yeah, we're kind of really recovering this front line right now. I think I didn't record this very well, but they nearly cut me off over here. Like, they were super close, and I was super thinned out, meaning I had all of my troops in the south and nothing in the north, because a beeline for Paris. That I recovered this is a bit crazy, and makes me feel proud. That it got to this point because the Axis never declared on the Soviet Union is an entire different thing. So Vichy France is gone, and thankfully it capitulated to the Allies. Yay. I hate the Allies. I hate the Allies so much in this recording session for so many different reasons. Oh my god, I hate the Allies. After all of this, I will need a lot more manpower, so I would say the time for non-core manpower has come. Italy's gone, of course, capitulated to the Allies. And very soon, I'm also trying to push around the Allies, hopefully Germany, but we will see. So I just won a battle in Berlin, but because of low supply reasons, the Allies' tanks were quicker. I hate this game so much sometimes. Oh, anyways, this war is over. Thank you. Points-wise, I'm looking pretty decent, but I will have to fight the Allies in Italy and France. I don't even know if I get a Germany. In a perfect world, I would, but yeah. So I got quite a bit of land. Sadly, not as much as I hoped for, but this should be enough for my next war goal. The Soviets. I did just notice while I'm preparing like everything for the Soviet war, the Germans never attacked, did they? So I did this entire war alone until the Allies graciously arrived and proclaimed their great victory after have annihilated the entire German army. I just had a defensive army, so I couldn't really push. I'm the Soviet Union of this timeline, but without the land and without the manpower. Anyways, Italy, goodbye. And yeah, I can't delete the units. I despise this game. It's gonna be the shame theater of all the units I can't delete, and I'm gonna put them into Rome. Anyways, let's go in. I should have some air dominance. We will see for how long, but we should definitely have the defense for now. Yeah, this Soviet Union never had to fight like anything, so they have quite a lot of equipment. Mill-wise, we're pretty on par, and they actually have more than me, but I feel like think I should still defeat them. It's very defensive for now, and I have some losses, but oh my god, oh, there are casualties. What is going on here? Yeah, they are truly doing the Soviet approach right now. I think they are literally not running out of men, but running out of equipment, so works for me. France joined the Allies. That is crazy. Did they leave for a second? I guess because Britain puppeted France. I have no idea what's going on with France. The France law in this playthrough is very deep, and I'm not touching that. So yeah, like a few months have passed. 1.6 million losses. It goes up quick, by the way. Frontline has not moved an inch. They are losing equipment. Air Force-wise, I would say I'm trading quite well. They have a lot of planes, but they seem all to be super bad, and I have very good planes. I'm just thinking about fighting the Allies again. I'm not looking forward to that. I gotta say, as long as the Allies don't get involved in my Soviet war, I will have a lot of fun with that. And I'm building compliance governments, so I don't have pressure, and the more nations I kill, the more performance I get back. Basically, this is a balancing act between the Allies building units and me taking out other nations to keep the performance at an equilibrium. So Japan got capitulated, and like any good peace treaty, we now got 2 Japans, but what I love the most is Taiwan, because the communists didn't get anything but Taiwan. I don't know what to say about this. This is kind of gold. Anyways, I'm still fighting the Soviet Union. I need to increase my manpower on. For that, I need more war support that I don't have. Yeah, I'm waiting for compliance to grow. Fun. What I could actually do in the meantime, in spirit of the challenge, is release the Pope. Yeah, this has no other reason that it wouldn't make sense. Oh, who the fuck is this? The economist. Great Pope. I noticed something even crazier. The Soviet Union also has manpower problems. I mean, they're only, quote-unquote, only on extensive. But that is crazy. How much have they lost in 1 year? 4.3 million. Oh, this is good. And nice encirclement over here. Goodbye. Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing now. Doing careful pushes forwards in the Soviet Union to kind of thin out the troops. Another encirclement over here. I do also just notice that I have to destroy Ethiopia because they are supporting independence of my puppets, which I can't have. So, yeah, I guess side quest unlocked. I don't know. In the background, I see every few seconds a new nation joining the Allies. So this is gonna be a true world war. Okay, Germany just started a 3rd world war by declaring on everyone again after NATO has been formed. A lot of people also left the ally. I'm so confused. What I know is that I need at least a few men over here now. I'm just crying a bit because of the compliance loss, and yeah, that's basically it. Remember when I said as long as I stay alone with the Soviet Union, this should be fine and fun? Yeah, no. Because the German Republic now joined the Comintern, meaning the Allies now at war with the Comintern, meaning I have a shared war now over here. The good thing is I can increase my recruitment law, which is very necessary at this point, and my only bottleneck. I have all the equipment in the world, I just need more men. Ethiopia war seems pretty easy. You know, no other power, it's Ethiopia. They're just annoying, but I have a navy, so I could land there. And they are their own faction at this point of the game, so no allies. The Russia war is messy. I still have the most war participation, 70%, but you saw how far 50% got me in Europe, so I'm scared. And yeah, Ethiopia gone. Thank you so much. Oh my god. No more independence movements. Very good. Now, this is done. You guys, Russia, you know. And we are at least in Moscow and have a high collaboration government, as is. If it's enough, we will see. And yeah, it's over. I have by far the most points, but I would need to lie if I say I would have liked all the points more. So, peace treaty is over. I got a quite decent deal. And not perfect, but I'm happy. Only a bit over here survived. But what I did get is very nice borders over here to deal with China. Because trust me, saying that with the information of this not being the first run I'm doing, or second, we need to take out China early, otherwise the allies will take the land for themselves as an ally or directly. I don't want to risk that. I really need China as a manpower pool. This is going to be super important because the war against the allies will literally be a world war. All of America is protected by the Monroe Doctrine, so I can't take that yet. And the rest is basically in the allies or is about to join the allies. And yes, I know I said we need to get China early in 1946, but this is a very long-wearing campaign, okay? It is. Anyways, Chinese Civil War, meaning I will start to justify on communist China so we can snipe them out. Because this China is in a faction, so yeah, they won't join anything. This China, on the other hand, very much can and did before. I'm not risking that. Switzerland joining the allies. That must be this neutrality I've heard a lot about. Anyways, we can build nukes very soon. And jokes aside, I should be building reactors. That is something I really need to do. Really speeds up your nuclear research. research. And Germany joined the Allies again because Denmark, still fascist, declared war on them. After the US declared war on Denmark for, I don't even know what, but I can guess. But I do think I should release a Macau now for something cool and stupid I have planned for China. But for now, let's get rid of communist China before they can join the Allies, because now we can just, you know, destroy China, and that's that. Upgrading the railway up to here. And yeah, we don't really have a good supply situation, but I think if we win in Manchuria enough, this should be doable. Maybe squeeze in a supply up over here. And I did just notice how much planes we have now, so if I build a few airports, this should be a quick war. Yeah, there we go. Let's do our own China. Infrastructure isn't ready, but the war goal is, so I would say let's not lose any time and go in. All of the borders should be... I forgot about this one. Yeah, all of the borders should be protected, so let's push it, I believe. Yeah, Manchuria front is going pretty solid. They're kind of also all falling apart over here with nice encirclements. The other fronts are mixed results. This is understaffed. My army is not ready for this war, but to be fair, kind of now or never. It's the honest answer with this. Because the quicker I get this land, the quicker I can build up compliance, and then I have like endless manpower. And if I play my cards correct, I can even keep it safe. What that means, I will show you in a bit. But yeah, anyways, nukes. Let's do that. And with having some troops down here, I will call in this China for reasons. Losses so far pretty high, but nothing concerning for me yet, at least for now. But yeah, on the main side of China, the pushes are going pretty solid. Plus, my air force is kind of shredding them. I don't even have losses anymore. Yeah, we are kind of dominating this war. There are not even that much Chinese troops here anymore. They're all over here for some reason. I guess encirclement was so fast over here that it just still react to the troops that they lost over here. So I feel like if I just partially walk blindly into the territory with no resistance, let's go. That is an important supply up to have. Next would be this one over here. Also very good to have. Yeah, the first bomb is not from me. The first nuclear bomb is on Peru from the US. Yeah. I mean, I'm about to have nukes very soon, but yeah, not right now. Might be the end to the war. Literally 2% missing. Oh my god. Never mind. Got it. Beautiful. So what I want in my perfect little China is to have a safe space where I can get manpower from without needing to protect everything. So what I will do is I will give all the borderland to my puppet, so I don't need to think about that. And the rest I will take for myself, just to have the manpower. Of course, also from the warlords. I'm not gonna forget about them. So don't get me wrong. I know this looks awful, and I will later on annex all of my puppets anyways. But as for my personal use right now, this is beautiful. Because now we have basically endless manpower, and that with nearly no compliance yet. But trust me, these states here are like 42 million. They're very good, okay? TLDR, now we're ready to build an army for world conquest. A real one. Because that's the true struggle of playing Portugal. Even with Brazil, you just don't have the population. And normally, if you own all of Europe after the World War, you have the population. That is enough. But we don't. We own like a weird stripe of Europe, which was enough to take the Soviet Union, which is also great for population, don't get me wrong. But there I was competing with the Allies for land. So I couldn't really do this here because I didn't really know what land I will get. Like the AI is super random. If they just constantly claim what you want and ignore other land, you lose points. So this is super lucky just losing that. Meaning here I will just release a compliance government later because it makes it way easier to hold the land, while I will fight in Europe and I will hold Brazil. That's basically my plan. I will hold South America and then I will finish up all of Europe. Maybe release a few more puppets there. I'm not 100% sure about that. It depends how big my army is and how much coast and how much land borders I can protect. But yeah. Hello, Editor Florius here. As for the next part of the video, I streamed that part, so it might feel a little bit different. I just thought I share a little bit of the suffering with the community, and yeah, it was way more fun that way, so the next part is a live stream cut. So yeah, welcome to the stream. Why the stream today? Because I spent multiple days recording this now, and I thought I'd invite you to the boring part and the suffering, to where we have to manually build a navy. I'm currently building a navy out of modern battleships and modern aircraft carriers, okay? That is how late game we are. And my main problem is not industry that I don't use. My main problem is not manpower that I have. My main problem is that there's not enough steel in the world that I can build all the stuff I need to build to defeat the Allies. My demand is 3,000, and I'm not using all of my mills. This is what you miss when you see, oh, world conquest. Then there's a cut, and the cut is like like 6 hours of gaming, right? And you're like, wow, he capitulated this nation. Yeah, I did. And I cut it out because I like you. So yeah, what we have to deal with, we have to deal with Japan, that it's a war with Chile, obviously. And then we have another Japan that is just democratic and vibing. Then I have my own China. I made sure I get that. All of these are either guaranteed by Germany or are already in the allies. I try to reduce my front lines, so we have now compliance governments everywhere. I will try to defeat Europe before I do anything else. And the special twist of this video is a random joke someone made, and I found so funny that I actually make it. The joke the guy made is, can you make the Treaty of Tordesillas, or what is called the Pope Treaty? That's why the Pope is my puppet, in HOI4. So my end goal is that Spain gets all of this, and I get all the right side of the world. I will actually do that. But for that, I have to defeat the allies, and the allies are huge. Anyways, I will need to do a bit more building up before we can do anything. By the way, I can already integrate like most of these puppets. Just gotta keep an eye on the Soviet Union, or I guess Porto, Brazilian, Russia. They are ticking up hard because I'm buying all of this steel. So they gain a lot of independent stuff. I gotta say, World Conquest sucks so hard. This is your 90k special, okay? This is your 90k sub special. I wouldn't have thought it would be this bad. I said it like ages ago. The Portuguese focus tree is pretty good. It's probably solid for World Conquest. And you know what? I think back in the days, I was right. I think back in the days before Götterdämmerung, I was correct. Now, they reworked Great Britain. Now I'm wrong, but I already said it. Now I have to do it. And now we're here. Yippee. If you never noticed the meme, that's what I mean. There's some kind of mistake in the 3D model that makes it way bigger than any tank should be. Like, just to show off, this here is a medium tank division, right? And this over here is a modern tank. So this is like my tank versus the Bulgarian. And they never fixed this. This is just the 3D model of some of the Bulgarian tanks. That's why I always say, hey guys, look, a Bulgarian tank. I'm afraid we can't push this. It's too big. Let's go. It has started. I will go down to 3 speed. Oh my god. The lag of all of them joining is crazy, by the way. Atomic bombing of London. I instantly hear a naval invasion sound. They all joined, right? Yeah, see, they already try to go into Hungary. Oh, we are destroying them. Look, 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 look. Bam. So yeah, we will probably have some losses here. Do we have green air? Oh, beauty, beauty, beauty. We need to clean up Europe. We need to clean up quick. So let's do some more nuking. It doesn't just destroy the airports, it also destroys the planes that are in the airport. That's why this is good. Even Luxembourg, good amount of units gone. Germany would be more beautiful. I mean, we already pushed forward here, right? So the main German front line is collapsing. Getting rid of these units would be great. You see, we play on speed 3 right now, and that on very late game. So not a lot of time is passing. Our tanks are just so quick, you know? Like, you seem like, oh, this progresses very slowly. They are all awfully quick. Our air force is shredding whatever they do. Even if we don't have green air, we probably do enough damage with our CAS. Losses in the first few seconds. We lost 500,000. What the fuck is this? France is falling apart. That is good news. It's costing us a lot of units. Like, we are very thinned out. I showed you before what the problem is, and this is why I was over-prepared, because we are, like, not meant to win this. Not with the amount of resources the game gives you. Netherlands is gone. That is also very beautiful. As I said, they lose allies through that. That is built equipment. That is air force they could have used before. That is airports they could have used before. It is easier for me to protect with less active front lines on the same continent. So every time we take out a small nation in a late game, it is literally a win. Yes, we're way more limited with resources and everything, but yeah, I'm fighting everyone. That is this part of the war. I can't really rely on the naval invasion sound because I filtered it out of my brain. Like, I don't even hear it anymore. I zoom out every few seconds and see if there's any green or red arrows on the coast. That's how I solved that. Casualty check. 2 million on our side. I rounded it up. 7 million on their side. Oh, look at that. 11 destroyers and 2 cruisers destroyed an aircraft carrier. Oh, look at that. Come on, die, 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 die. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the US Navy. Gotta be honest, I didn't expect that much Navy in the Mediterranean. I mean, yeah, obvious, but at the same time, crazy. Oh, look how much shit here is. Died. And look how we destroyed them. Oh my god, the moment we touched the Navy. They see us, so like, go away, go away, go away, go away, go away. They have so many destroyers there. It's crazy how many destroyers they have. And naval dominance? Question mark? Yeah, finally. Those tanks are super quick, by the way. I love them. We're about to get our chromium back. We have a little chromium crisis in Sunward War of Turkey, but I don't know why. It's completely random. Ladies and gentlemen, We got him. Now comes the good news for my Turkish viewers. I don't plan on nuking Turkey. That's the good news. But if you want this more often, where there's like a painful part of a YouTube video, we can just record it together. It's fun. Oh wait, who's breaking free again? It's Russia. I'm importing so much steel from them. You know what? You get an ultra radar network. There you go. You're welcome, Russia. I solved the Turkey-Greek problem. I will turn them both Portuguese. They're always saying, oh, they suppressed us. Oh, they suppressed us. If both are suppressed, you know, I think that's a permanent solution. See, they researched weapons of mass destruction. It's a nuclear research facility. Finally, Portugal controls Istanbul. That was what the Crusades were all about. I know this for a fact, because I made it up. You can't trust all the other sources, because they didn't make it up like I do. Try to push a little bit down here, but yeah, that is handled now. Also, South America has been reinforced, because they pushed quite far in with a lot of units. And yeah, I'm destroying the navy on a very large scale now. Plus, I've also not lost anything navy-wise, aside from convoys, of course, and also airplanes. But aside from those two, nothing. It is a very one-sided naval battle so far. Not meaning that I've naval dominance, because, as I said, I am still fighting the world. But yeah, goodbye Turkish destroyers. They don't have a navy anymore. But that should check out, because there's also no more Turkey. I wasn't preparing a huge frontline against the Middle East, but the infrastructure needed to be built for us, so that was put on hold. Let me see if we would push now. The answer is yes. Yes, we would. Source, I'm pushing right now. Personally speaking, I think that's a very good source. Goodbye Air Force. And because we have it for a while now, and the Americans became a bit annoying over time, goodbye East Coast. And welcome Intercontinental Ballistic Missile. Nuclear missile. Ah, yes. Beautiful. Could send a little bit of a message to our American friends overseas to maybe not fuck around and find out. The Mediterranean is basically secured. Just a bit of France and an island missing, but then we should have this completely under our control. In Iran, I'm just doing, you know, a normal push, but yeah, it is working. We also have supersonic jets now. That's how far we are in the game. So you know what? Let's build them. I have nothing better to do anyways. Goodbye Africa Corps and welcome Egypt. This was painful, but it is finally the European theater cleaned up. Oh my god, it's just Norway and the UK, but I don't care. So, fighting for dominance in the channel. Let's see how this ends. I would say pretty good. Lost 10 destroyers. That is expensive, but what the British lost is way more. So naval invasions are out. If they will win is a different story, but let's just say I'll try to be optimistic, and if we capture enough airfields, the British are screwed, because I have the Air Force to back it up. I really do. Plus, I send swimming ports with these tanks, so they get supply for a while. These tanks are not slowed down. Okay, we officially got a port. Actually, two. So yeah, let's push. That might be a super quick naval invasion, though. Did also mention that I have a high compliance government in Britain, so I'm gonna be interested how quick this will fall apart. Plus, we are even pushing down here without any actual order, just right clicks. And it's more navy gone. So, they're gone. Yeah, what I will do now is consolidate Europe a bit more. Go Iceland, maybe Greenland, and then go US. We really need to control the Atlantic for that. US is gonna be the hardest fight by far. I think Japan should be kinda easy because we do control Russia and China, so naval invasions are quite easy. But yeah. Also, manpower-wise, controlling India will be super nice. You know what? With that inside, I will actually reduce my recruitment law again to service by requirement, because we were at all-adult serve, but controlling these provinces with 50% compliance that we stole from the British, let's just say with these modifiers, that's pretty delicious. Ireland, goodbye. I just want to use this second to say you can't imagine how painful this is. I'm just happy that the British Raj is just losing in the background without me doing too much. But if you ever ask yourselves, why do you want to capitulate the Allies early? That's why. This 1957 situation. Because I am winning. That's not the problem. Me losing my will to live. That's more of the problem here. Oh my god. I hope you enjoy this as like a 90k sub special or something. A little bit of a mess, but the British Raj capitulated. invaded. And I do mean this is like a mess to clean up. What is this? Naval dominance going very far, like everywhere we go. So many destroyers have been demolished. At this point, it is crazy. If I click on any ship on my navy, like, I don't know, this old light cruiser, the amount of ships even that ship killed is crazy. Then you click on an aircraft carrier and you have an endless list of things that have been destroyed from all the nations in the world. It is crazy. But yeah, getting rid of more destroyers, just another normal day. Anyways, I would like to get full control on Europe because I am actually putting in the effort to do this clean. So no rushing of the US or Japan because I don't want to deal with surprises like naval invasions that I can't deal with. I want to feel safe. What I do want to mention is that we did actually destroy the Statue of Liberty with a nuke. I nuked so much of the US. They have 26% war support with a base value of 5%. You can imagine what I've done. The only reason I stopped is because I got lazy. That's the only reason. I do love those naval battles though. And it's Norway gone, mostly. Also, let's finally eat Russia. I really need the resources back now. And the front line is secured. Very beautiful. And we actually keep the compliance. That is genuinely amazing. Okay, I might not be able to nuke Paris, but the US is trying to. I mean, it's very protected, so I don't think they will, but it would be funny. Just noticed how many planes are on the Faroe Island. What is this? And why are you giving me such a juicy target? Also, no one thought about protecting Bermuda or Greenland, so I guess I just get that for free. I'll take it. Goodbye airplanes. And immediately fill up the destroyed airport again. So I guess we go for round 2. So invasions go out. No idea if they will succeed, but this would be a good end to the chapter of Americans being annoying and having endless resources, which I personally speaking would very much welcome a lot. So landing was successful. We did lose some tanks down here, but generally speaking, I am quite happy how this ended. We could have lost everything there. The important thing now is that we secure enough airports that we actually get air dominance, and then we should have this. Otherwise, we might have a problem, because without air, we are screwed, most likely. But so far, less resistance than what I thought. But to be fair, we have drained the US quite a while now of everything. Especially over here, where I actually haven't looked in a while. We fought huge battalions of the US, and we're silently pushing on the side. I'm pretty sure they're withdrawing a lot of these troops now, because yeah, there's no more US troops here. They're all coming home. Meaning we are kind of on the clock. I do be bringing way more units over, but that will probably take a while. Yep, here they are. Yeah, with reinforcements here, this is pushing. Canada just melted in the background. I didn't even really manage that. But it's good to see that this plan is working. The US could have been very awful, and I'm happy to see it is not. Even got Washington now. That is beautiful. Also, huge encirclements here, but I'm pretty sure they won't matter in a second when all of this collapses. Little update. The losses are crazy. I have 10 million. But then you have the US with 17 million. And it's just the US. You have another 5 million just from the UK. 2 millions from Germany. Germany didn't exist for quite a while now. That front was very quickly won. By the way, if I do stuff like this in the future and have like short like stream segments, if you're interested in that too, I had a lot of fun. Let me know. But yeah, that's an encirclement. Goodbye, US. And I do mean this. The US, I think if I right click on like 2 cities, they're gone. This is truly goodbye, US. And best of all, we will get all of the resources because I have a 100% compliance government. This will be delicious. Yeah, goodbye. We could spit them out, but I want the resources, so no. Losing the US plus parts of the Indies is gonna hurt. That should be Canada gone too, please. And it's Cambodia. The other one with the sea, please. Let's go. I just noticed that the allies have even more losses because I filtered all the miners out at 54 million. That is so horrible. But yeah, my plan now is to take out Japan, take out the Philippines, and then clean this up. Why do I not justify on anyone else right now? Because I can't. Prayers in chat that this war solves that problem. But apparently there is no world tension. It doesn't exist. Landing over here, very successful. A lot of units in the ports, but I just see these as nice encirclements because they are. And the Philippines capitulated. I didn't expect them to do this so quick, but I do gladly take it. Naval battle-wise, we're just destroying everything. But to be fair, Japan only really has destroyers. They have some navy, but it's all so outdated that that it's kinda a joke. So we are landing. Gotta say, this is very easy. I do actually think I fought so long in India, and oh my god, what are all of these naval battles? Oh my god, it's all destroyers. But yeah, I think we fought so long in India that they burned so many units over there that they just have nothing left. Or they're preparing naval invasions all over the world, but they're too scared to actually act on it. Because this home defense is a joke. This is not a defense. I expected a big fight at the end, and it's not. Of course, Argentina is a great power now. I literally checked before this naval invasion. They weren't. They literally just turned into a great power. You know what? These units over here, come over here. Let's nuke them. You know what? I'll double down on that. Let's actually nuke them. They deserve this now. But yeah, Japan is gone. The Japanese Navy is gone. And I got an achievement. Yay? I mean, not a real achievement, but anyways. Buenos Aires is nuked. Goodbye. Did I intend to use a lot of super weapons this time around? No. Do I still love them late game? Absolutely. I gotta be honest, at this point in the war, I would capitulate, or at least try to negotiate, because I'm very sure that at this point people would be like, you know, maybe this guy that throws nukes everywhere and controls all of our big allies, let's talk with him. And I just noticed I have 2,000 mills. I have no use for that many mills. The resources in the world don't exist to use those mills. They just don't. So after a certain threshold of mills, they just become useless. Army is here. Let's not wait any longer and get our land back. Yeah, going very well. We got our land back. Beautiful. And I swear to God, if a new great power pops up, I'm gonna be mad. Let me be arrogant and say at this point I deserve to end this war. I fought this war over days in real life. There's multiple days of this allies war. Otherwise, I would have just lost the concentration to finish this. We are so close now. Please. Please, Argentina. Just capitulate. Let this be over. Yeah, finally. Yeah, let me just do this real quick. So, peace treaty is done. As for the stupid challenge, Spain got all of this over here. For now, hear me out. I gave myself the US and Canada. Later on, I will release it again and feed it to Spain. But I thought for the rest of the world conquest, we might need the industry and resources just as a safety measure. Also, super important right now, world tension. I still can't justify, but for some reason we had minus 20%. I actually don't know why. So we only need 30. I have one more war goal left against the leftovers of Venezuela, and oh my god, it is enough. Let's go. 37% world tension. That means my arsenal of freedom is unlocked, immediately justifying on a big nation like Mexico, but I have time. It already took so long to do this anyways. All I need is world tension now. Everything else is not important. Long gone are the days where I tried to min-max this challenge. It is long gone. I don't know if I said this before, but I'm working on this challenge now over a month. So I don't care anymore. I just want to get this done, and it is so painful. Plan with this: taking out Mexico after everything is conquested, releasing the US and Canada, and give them to Spain. And while this is going on, I will just annex the puppets in the background because, as I said, this is a world conquest. Gotta get rid of all of these puppets now. Except one, of course. Goodbye, Venezuela. You know what? Maybe we should also justify on Paradox in the background. I need more world tension. And Spain, what are you doing? I just gave you the Panama Canal, and the first thing you do is blow it up. Why? Ah, yes. Very good, Spain. Let me guess what you will do next. You will blow it up again. Gotta say, love this game. Nuking the world, 0% world tension. Justifying on two nations, 100% world tension. Yeah, great. Nearly made me lose the game, by the way. If Venezuela wasn't a thing anymore, this run would have been over. Wargol on Sweden is done. Goodbye. And yeah, at this point, this is not really a challenge anymore. Yeah, very slowly but surely this is cleaning up. It does take so much time. But the good news is that with every victory, the game gets faster and faster again. So yeah, no alliance, but at least it's going going forward, okay? Just so to get a bit of feeling of time here, 1 hour has passed since the peace treaty, and that's where we're at. I cleaned a lot up, but it doesn't look a lot because there is so many small nations left. I will just have this for last because they're all in one blob, but yeah, slowly I'm creeping up the Americas, cleaned up mainland Europe, and getting spammed with provincial governments. It is what it is. And my theory was also correct. Spain keeps blowing up Panama and then repair it. The AI just loves to click buttons. I tell you that much. But yeah, I'm just waiting for days to pass. So we're reaching the 2-hour mark, and I for myself have decided maybe I need to speed this up because it is draining my will to live. It starts to look very cool, I gotta say that, but I think I will release the US now, even though I will lose a lot of resources and a lot of manpower. To be fair, I don't really care about the industry. Who needs this many mills? I don't. The resources are also crazy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna release them now for the sole reason that a war against them would probably count as a big one and speed up justification by quite a bit. And we need to do this anyways because we need it for Spain. So yeah, we're doing this now. What I also noticed is that they never court Alaska or Hawaii. That's apparently gonna be a problem with the treaty then because I can't release anything here. Oh my god. I do wholeheartedly apologize for thinking that the US already has a core in Alaska in 1960. And yes, we are in 1968 now. 8 years have passed since I defeated the Allies. 8 years. Vogel is ready, calling in Spain, and please tell me we can justify quicker now. Not yet. Oh my god. To maybe provoke an alliance, let me also release Canada and justify on them too. Oh, they're guaranteeing them. That's a good sign. Okay, I have to be a bit careful because apparently I keep the compliance government from the previous war. So I nearly already capitulated the US. So all pushes for now are halted. Yeah, I might consolidate the front line a bit more. And I think we stole a good amount of the industry, so they are less prepared. But ending the war because of that would have been stupid. I gotta say, I forgot about Spain. It just capitulated the US. But I think if I release them again, they should just guarantee Canada. Especially maybe if I even provoke them to with a war justification. Yeah, it's gonna be a bigger war, but I feel stupid, okay? I don't know what to say. But theoretically, they should be able to create factions. So the plan stands. Oh, I forgot about that. Please join, please. Yes. And they made a faction. Beautiful. Oh, what is the war justification time now? Still so high. Why is it still so high? But they're both major powers, so I will just take out the US. Because they barely have an army. So we'll just not push them, allow them to build up an army, even though Spain is destroying them, and see what happens. I also just remember that I can just take all of the Spanish units and force them not to fight. I am stupid. This is totally my fault that I lost the first time. Oh, I couldn't have had that idea early. But yeah, what can you do? More cleaning up, more naval landing with tanks, because we're not making marines on this channel. And yeah, like anything else in this playthrough, this didn't work. It's still a long justification time. So you know what? I'll just take them out now and stop the suffering, because at least I don't need to think about the Americas anymore. Literally just this one island missing. That's all I'm saying. I don't even do anything. It's just an auto attack. Beautiful. And yeah, just giving all of that to Spain. Goodbye. That is at least that done. Ignore Alaska, please. I've suffered so much. Please give me that one. 1970, by the way. The game started 34 years ago. 34 years. But really now, I will just jump to the end of this, because this is gonna be 2 to 3 hours of just cleaning up. And yeah, I don't hate you, so I will spare you that. This is awful. Another 7 years later, and we're getting close to an end. This was 5 hours of just recording cleanup. It was not fun. This is truly awful. The upside is that Africa has really good infrastructure now and a lot of level 5 railway. You're welcome. The downside is my mental health. It is not looking good. And because I never do it, let me use this moment once to e-bag you. Maybe like the video and subscribe. Maybe even comment. This was pure suffering. If you can respect that, I would appreciate the interaction. I do read all of my comments. I can't answer them all anymore. Those days are sadly over, but I appreciate all the kind words. My comments are for YouTube standards super nice, so thank you all. And I do declare this the 90k sub special, okay? We're slowly getting close to 100k, which is like crazy to think about as a YouTube goal. If you want to help me there, I appreciate it. And I will probably do something like this again. Thinking about it, please let's wait with the 100k. I need like 2 months of pause after this. I need a break. Let's all agree in 2 months from now, everyone subscribe, then we get the 100k and then I do the video, okay? But yeah, this is literally just waiting for days to pass. I would say let's see each other when we're done. So probably in half an hour or an hour. As for the last nation we attack, I thought Chad. Anyways, goodbye. Not gonna lie, that felt very good. Absolutely not an overreaction. I don't know what you mean. But yeah, finally. Aside from our 2 puppets, the Pope, to enforce the treaty, and Spain, no one else around anymore. World conquest complete. And on paper, I could just annex them both right now. But then all of this suffering was for nothing, so no. What I do want to mention is that Spain is on my side of the treaty, so technically I should... just joking. Anyways, I did it. And I think I'm the first person to ever do this. For a very good reason. But I would say, pretty solid job, aside from Alaska. But yeah, my final industry, my final manpower on these laws. Yeah, I kind of relaxed the economy a bit. These were my main templates at the end. Also used that in the beginning. And this is my MP. As from my side, thank you all for watching. My supporters, as always, I love you. If you want to support me too, you know the ways. Patreon, YouTube membership, or just watching the video, commenting and liking is always enough. I hope you know that. Thank you again for all the support. And I see you next time when we suffer at something completely different. Bye.